Oh man, so hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, dog. I've been holding so many reactions to Queen Choma's videos in the vote because I be going too hard when I react to Queen Chioma that I haven't even released one, but I've done multiple, and they just sitting on my channel in the back end, just like, should I post this? I don't know. If y'all want them after seeing this one, I'll post it. Just tell me in the comment section, Stacy post that. Stacy post it. And I'm gonna post it. But Queen Chioma is a Nigerian lady, does a thing, young lady, and she be talking some real stuff. She keeps it real mutual, but she keeps it realistic. Let's see what she got to say. Smash the like button. I'm gonna give my commentary like crazy. If you want to just hear her, go to her page. I'll provide the link in the comment section and the description. If you want to just hear her take on this video, go to her page. But I'm gonna give a lot of commentary. I'm having fun. It's Juneteenth. We talking about shit in the black community today. That's what I feel like doing. I'm talking about shit. Let's get into it. Queen Chioma, let's see what you got going. Hey guys.
So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about how thought culture and hoe culture is failing. I've touched on this topic, of course. Yes, Queen Chioma back with another video about sexual imagery and hoe culture. I am obsessed. So please click off now if you're uninterested or you think I'm a hater. I've done a video about how a lot of the Instagram models or maybe some of the female rappers or some of the OG baddies that have been selling beauty and sex appeal for a while have
pause. All right, I'm gonna say this right here to add a qualifier into the way you guys may want to perceive this, the way that Chioma's audience perceive this, or people that hate on her. They think that she hates on light-skinned black women because she is a brown or darkened skin complexion woman. So they come from that perspective because they think that she singles out the hoes that she don't like that are light skinned. But on the main frame, she has Chioma, and that is definitely a dark-skinned woman. So let's dive into this even more.
Kind of taking a downtick with that type of representation. We've seen figures like Black China, who has been documenting her journey to seemingly portray herself in a more conserved manner, from not just her sexual expression, but even in the surgical enhancements that she has done. We've also seen ladies like Brittany Renner, who has been someone highly in favor of pushing the hoe culture, as well as almost encouraging other women to donate to it. So there's many reasons for this change. Most of it is that one, a lot of these women are getting older, they're kind of evolving in their mindsets, and maybe the reality of their lives with having young children or just wanting more for themselves outside of sexual showmanship has definitely taken place. Another reason being that the pool is very saturated with this type of imagery, like I've said a million times, but I think there's a real reason as to why the actual culture is failing. And it might not be failing per se, but I think it's existing under the lens of more scrutiny and being way less enticing than it was years ago.
All right, so one thing she says this shit a million times, what she just said. And one point that I want to point out that she makes for people that's new to her, she points out that all these women got the same damn face. All got the same face, man. I'll be looking at this shit too, like, yeah, y'all looking the same. The reason why, because they all do their makeup the same. They watch some tutorials, and they see how other girls structure their facial features with the makeup. They contour certain things to manipulate how their facial features may look based on the makeup, and that causes them to somewhat look alike, especially if they are going to the same MUAs in the cities and stuff, and those MUAs is picking from the same formula. It's crazy. That's my personal take, but her original take was that these girls look alike.
And like I've said a million times as well, I told you so. And I knew that eventually this would happen. Maybe not so soon, but I think that time seems to be moving faster, or maybe we're just consuming so much information, content, and media every day that it seems to feel that way. Trends and fads don't even last that long. I feel like things are more of a wave these days versus a full-blown trend or era. Sexual expression has been an evolved nuance. It's grown in tidbits pretty much since the beginning of time, but in the 21st century, it's definitely climaxed, and I feel like we're kind of on a decrescendo. It won't end, but it's definitely gonna go down a little bit. So I thought it was interesting to talk about this because there are so many examples to support this ideology, as well as there being more examples to show how many people are viewing it as of 2023. So I've broken this video down into one overall main talking point. So without further ado, let's get right into this video.
Let's
so
do
my
it.
one overall main talking point is answering the question why hoe culture is failing. I'm a very solution-based person, which is why a lot of people take my commentary as very harsh sometimes, or I guess you can say I'm very straightforward, because I'm going to tell it how it is, and I'm also going to figure out a way to either find a solution that could be making sense of whatever we're talking about, or actually suggesting ways to improve it. To answer why hoe culture is failing is because people are tired. People are tired of unsolicited sexual material being shoved in their faces. People are tired of being told that they are insensitive when they speak against this stuff. And for the individuals who actually participate in it, I believe that they are tired of being equated to not so flattering things. So I usually talk about the impact and the perception, but I think all of that is very obvious at this point if you've been watching me long enough. But I feel as though part of the reason why we're seeing a bit of a shift in the response to this is a two-way street. It's not just the people who get on social media every day who I can see their areolas or their BBL butts, and people wearing less than 1 yard of fabric on their body within their outfits. It is also the people who participate and push it. Sex workers have and will continue to be around for a long time. It's a profession that some women resort to for many reasons. And I think it's a bit insensitive, or at least wrong, to say that those who are sex workers are doing so because they are 100% loose and fast with their body. I'm sure there are a good percentage of women that are who do that, but I think for some women it's just a last resort, a way to make quick money and fast money, or they end up getting invested into the thought culture at a young age and don't really know any better or know anything different. There was
that is a fact. I want to stop right there because she hitting, she cooking. That's why I fucks with Chioma. Because she has perspective that some people may not agree with, but when she gets down to her points of reasoning, oh, them shits are fire. The way she comes and makes her sense of things. So yes, this thought culture has put a lot of people in situations that they don't even want to be in when they actually pick their head up out the water and peek around like, damn, this one, man, I'm in too deep. Get me out, I'm in too deep. Sukiana, in too deep. Nobody give a damn about your music because you're in too deep. Nobody give a damn. Alicia, City Girls, Alicia in Miami, she started with music, and now people are gravitating to the personality. So at least she has the music to go out and perform. She could be booked. Sukiana cannot be consistently booked at a festival, but City Girls could. They led with music first. But the other ones that led with that shit first, they in too deep and they don't know what to do now, man. Sorry, fire.
Show that used to come on BET called Games People Play. And one of the characters that was played by Parker McKenna Posey was pretty much this clout chaser who tried to sleep with opulent men such as athletes and rappers. That was her character. And it was interesting because watching it initially, you just assumed that she was this way because she's just a hoe. But as her character developed throughout the show, you realize that she was a victim of sexual assaults. And in addition to that, she was never really told how to value her body and protect her sexual energy. So subsequently, this led her to being very hypersexual and wanting to chase that image. And I think this is a reality for a lot of women in this industry. So as we see the responses from people change when it comes to twerk videos on the internet or encouraging women to exchange sexual favors for money, materialistic items, tuition, etc., I think that it comes from a place of an individual's conflict of morals through sexual expression, but also the participants and their coming to Jesus moment that I'm starting to see a lot of. If the participants of all of this sexual expression and hoe culture are repenting, are taking a step back, are telling us the downside to what they do, are proving that they are sometimes caricatures of somebody who they may not even be, then I think it goes to show that a lot of the shift is an internal problem and internal to the industry of these women as well as their personal lives. Recently, I saw an interview from Alexis Sky, and she was talking about her journey to healing and her spiritual journey. Now, she speaks about doing a surgery back in December, and she said that she felt that God was telling her that she shouldn't do it, but she did it anyway. And then once she came out of surgery, she had a lot of complications, which led her to change a lot about herself. If you go to Alexis Sky's Instagram page, a lot of her more promiscuous posts are no longer available. And I talked about Alexis in a prior video, and I think between her, Black China, Brittany Renner, they've been pioneering this new transparency of what they're known for, because in reality, it doesn't necessarily work for them anymore. And we can say it's things like aging and growing up and them slowly cascading into the older generation now, but I think it's really a tale of this is not what it's all cracked up to be. See, when you tell women to respect their bodies and that you don't agree with certain levels of sexual expression, whether it's through words or through actions, and that being overtly sexual does come with a downside, you're going to be called a pick-me and you're going to be called anti-women. When the reality is, these women are very boldly and loudly letting the world know that this isn't it. Recently, Sukihana went through a situation where she was basically sexually exploited and harassed in public. I will be doing a separate video on that coming soon, so just stay tuned. However, Sukihana's background, her expression, her music, her interviews, her Instagram posts, her responses to what people have said about her have all been in favor of this sexual expression. And of course, that doesn't justify what happened to her. Of course not. But of course, it makes people not understand how to view her and what respect she requires for herself. And I know I'm going to get flack for saying that, but it's natural as humans to perceive something face value. Nobody knows anybody internally 1000%. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody knows your trauma unless you said it. Nobody understands how you got to where you are just by looking at you. But people look at what you put out there as a representation of your reputation and your morals. And I think for a lot of these women, the whole culture is becoming more tiresome to spectators because the eggs are hatching and the birds are chirping. The birds are trying to sing beautiful songs now. The birds are trying to flap their wings and fly away to different nests. The birds are trying to flock together. And I'm saying this figuratively, not literally. You know, it's crazy when women who you have indicated as confident in the whole culture are saying things that are counterproductive to what they push on their platform. I feel like another example is Young Miami. I've left her alone for a few weeks, maybe even a month or so, but clearly she's been acting bad with her sugar daddy Diddy. And at this point, I don't care. She's gonna learn the hard way when this eventually expires. But I find it ironic how she spoke about how she's so boldly this man's trophy wife, eye candy, sex toy, if you will. I mean, she said she likes golden showers, and I think we can kind of assume that he's probably one of the people who have done it. But anyway, but then on the same end, she spoke about wanting monogamy, wanting her man to be unshared, wanting her man to respect her. But the image of Young Miami as a city girl does not represent that. And we can all
I don't care. I don't care. Young Miami is not perfect, but she is from Miami, so I gotta represent for the crib. Young Miami has already sold herself to this idea, and they gotta sell the record to Act Bad record. So in the meantime, in between time, y'all know how fellas be doing, man. If you already got like a vacation plan with your chick, and you know the money spent, we doing a vacation. She want to go on that goddamn vacation, but you fuck up leading up to the vacation. So now she like, I hate you, I fuck you, I don't want to be with you no more. It's done. But you like, damn, all right. But I really would know if she done if we cancel this vacation. That's the Act Bad song. The vacation is the Act Bad song for Young Miami and Diddy. They knew that they were planning to drop Act Bad for the summer. Something happened that spoiled their relationship, that Young Miami was like, I don't want to do it no more, I'm tired. And she threw a tantrum, went on several different interviews saying, I'm done, I'm single, X, Y, and Z. But then it came down to it and did it like, man, when it come down to having to promote this song, she gonna have to be with me. We got chemistry. We done fucked in the past. She gonna come back and give me some more of that ass. Like, that's how Diddy coming from. I know she gonna give me some more of that ass when I get her back in my area, my circumference, my circle. I know that she gonna fold for the boy when it comes down to it, and that's what he leaned on. And lo and behold, she back giving up that throat. It is what it is. They back traveling. She back within the fold. She back within the team because she had to be around him because she knew she wanted that vacation. She wanted that Act Bad. She wanted that song to be doing its rounds with his budget because the city girls ain't really that smoking lately. You know, I'm once again, home team, I'm gonna support y'all, but I'm gonna keep it G at the same damn time. The city girls ain't got much else going on outside of that shit right now. So they need a song that's not only a possible hit, but that someone's going to push. And Diddy is someone that's going to work his songs. He has the original mind state of a record label boss that will push and work a song. Even if it's not initially a hit, he's going to push and work it. The city girls need that. And Young Miami got caught within that play. Now she back within the fold. That vacation. They want to go on that vacation. Only if they cancel that vacation on your ass, then you know you're done.
I always say that we can detach the art from the artist, which is valid and something that we should do because these are human beings at the end of the day. But I think when people don't express the whole culture as just a business or just a song, it further pushes the whole culture. If it was just a rap song, but we knew that Young Miami was in a healthy relationship in which she's being treated how a woman should be treated, then I don't think whole culture would be as bad. Like even Megan Thee Stallion pushes whole culture, but I don't perceive Meg as a hoe in real life. I just don't. Outside of music, if she's not recording or performing, she seems to live the same life that I do, just with more money. I think what really happened is that the level in which sexual expression was executed and accessed completely went overboard. It was executed in a way where it's not just cleavage, midriff showing, and some skimpy shorts or skirts. I don't even see an issue with that. I don't see an issue with bikini pictures or lingerie pictures that are done in a way that doesn't represent whole culture. I'm here for it, go for it. But it's like full-blown pornography at my fingertips on websites that everybody has access to. And then speaking of access, in terms of accessibility, literally if I wanted to, I could go on Twitter and watch tons of pornography without paying a subscription or confirming that I'm even over the age of 18. So with this, over the years, it has just grown. It's reached younger audiences, different demographics. It's created clashes between men and women that maybe were present all this while but have now been platformed. Men say some women are gold diggers, but men will still pay for pretty pink pulsing, piping hot punishing, put it on a pedestal pussy if they have the money. Women say that men don't respect.
Every time she say that, that should be hard. I like that. I like that. Make my dick just a little bit. She be skinning that hoe. That's her thing. That's her ism. It's the same way I say certain shit that I say, like on Black Twitter when I say next story and shit like that. That's her ism.
But women will still post themselves with pasties and a G-string and then ask for a godly man. It doesn't make sense either way. But that's almost the culture that I see daily. It's actually ruined the dating pool for millennials, and I would just say older Gen Zs as well. It's made gender wars become pretty catastrophic, and also it's tricked, bamboozled, and confused a lot of young women. I think if you're gonna be a hoe, just be a hoe. But don't be out here recruiting women who haven't been tainted by the culture. And what I mean by tainted is that people aren't told the full story of what it means to actually go and express yourself sexually boldly. People don't realize that there is a beginner level all the way up to a professional level. It starts off with maybe just social media or OnlyFans, where you can control the narrative as well as the content, but it can easily graduate to being all you know and all you're known for. The last thing I wanted to show y'all was this interview from adult film star Mia Khalifa. So I obviously know who she is because she's a very famous adult film star. However, what I didn't know was that she only did adult films for 3 months. I also didn't know that she's only appeared in 12 videos. I would have thought it was like 50. And what I didn't know was that she just did it to do it, and also because her then husband, who she was married to at a very young age, basically encouraged her to go into adult films. Mia, whose real name is Sarah, did not even expect to be this big of a sensation, to the point where now she feels like she's unable to shake this sexual nomenclature that has been put onto her. Let's have a look.
Major production porn companies are all predatory and abusive and unethical and prey on vulnerable young women. I didn't have a sense of self, so I attached myself to someone who was more than happy to abuse that, and someone who could see that and see someone easily manipulatable. They were the ones who put that whole world in front of me and encouraged it. The entire time I was doing it, I was also asking myself every day, why am I doing this? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? That's like the number one question. I know what was wrong with me. I had low self-esteem. I had no boundaries with myself. I didn't respect myself. I didn't like myself. I was so lost. I was so confused, but all I was completely 100% sure of was I don't want to do porn. I've never wanted to do porn. I'm never going to go back to that. And standing firm on my ground in my morals, in my boundaries, in just everything, that was like the tiniest glimmer of confidence starting to grow. I'm going after the things I actually want, and I'm growing into my confidence, and it feels really good, and it feels very validating.
I think it kicks in mostly when I go out in public, because
I would say this. I feel some type of way about this several different ways. As I was thinking, I'm like, how she got in this position? But then, all right, we value men who are very, very strong leaders. But with that skill comes responsibility, just like a superpower. Some men are manipulative in their leadership skills, and sometimes they are gonna do things that are just self-serving and has no bonus for the woman involved. And if she got caught up in a situation like that, and that's exactly how it happened, I feel sorry for her, because she probably got caught up with one like a very skilled leader that led her down a road that folded her for life. Like she's scarred. She's scarred for life. Damn. And yeah, you would hope that she would know better. I wish she would know better than to do some stupid shit like that. Some people just dumb. And sometimes good leaders find great followers. Damn. She fucked up, man. She fucked up.
The stares I get, I feel like people can see through my clothes, and it brings me deep shame. It makes me feel like I lost all right to my privacy.
So this was very interesting because if a very known adult film star and other well-known public figures are talking about the realities of their sexual expression, then I think the whole culture in itself is a facade that fascinates people and can be fruitful and fulfilling. Y'all know I love alliteration. But at the same time, once you brand yourself with this, it is very hard to shake it, and it's also very hard to overcome the trauma that comes with it. Nobody talks about that. This is something that Mia Khalifa did for 3 months of her life that is going to forever follow her to this day. Her last film was recorded in 2015, literally so close to a decade ago, and it's still following her. Nobody talks about that. Everybody is so quick to push it to you and say you're wrong for being against it, but they don't tell you the full story, which is why a lot of women are against it. I would bet that a lot of women have considered taking this route, and even if you've never considered it, you've either been encouraged to by another woman, or you've been in a situation where you've weighed the pros and the cons in regards to how you feel about it, because it seems so simple and seems like a lot of these women are in control. Like, I'll be real, I would never consider being a stripper or doing OnlyFans, but I've definitely questioned how I truly feel about women who do it, because I've become so desensitized and numb to this expression where it's kind of influenced me to not be against it when I think deep down inside I don't really care for it and I would never do it. And many of these women may be in control of what they do, but they're definitely not in control of how they're perceived. And I think that's what eventually eats at a lot of women over time. There's this nonchalant attitude about sex work and being a hoe and pushing this culture. It's supposed to be liberating. It's supposed to be empowering. But I feel like those terms have been hijacked from other expressions of women empowerment. You can feel liberated as a hoe or someone who participates in hoe culture, but are you truly ready to accept the perception and the internal battle that you face when it's all said and done? In my opinion, a lot of these women were on a very high. The attention, the fast money, and the instant growth into entertainment put a blindfold in front of the reality of everything.
Pause that. These two women had boyfriends with some big, huge names. And now they are both trying to re-establish their lives. They were leading with that, you know, I could be a hoe no matter how much I want to be a hoe, I could be a hoe. And then they had boyfriends to even second that, like, yeah, I'm a hoe and still I got a nigga that's gonna support me and be here for me. Well-named dudes, well-known dudes. Little did they know, them dudes was like, man, I don't give a damn if we are famous. I'm still gonna treat you like a seasonal hoe, like some seasonal coochie. Like, when I get tired of you, I'm gonna just go toss you to the side. You are like a goddamn NBA 2K15. Once this year is over, you are irrelevant. The only reason I will keep playing with you is if I'm broke. I ain't broke. I can get another game next year. You're done once this new year comes. You are gone. And yes, I may have spent money on VC. Yes, I may have invested stupidly into the game. Yes, that's some shit I could never get back. It's gonna affect me forever, because I will never have them goddamn $20 back. I will never have them $50 back from people that spend more on VC, or maybe even $100. With people that go stupid, sometimes $1,000 back. That possibly could have grew and grew, but your seed is priceless. I'm talking shit. Your seed is priceless, so maybe the men gave you babies. Maybe they gave you babies. Maybe gave you babies, but you were a seasonal hoe that I really cared about while I was dealing with you. But once the season was over, I moved on. And now, 10 years later, you are a thing of the past, and people are just gauging How good were you in your prime? They will never play with you now. Never. But in your prime, I think you were cool then. And, I think you were something. You were fun. You were a lot of fun. You probably was more fun than the 2017 hoe. Probably way more fun than the 2019 hoe, 2020 hoe. I wish the 2023 hoe was just like you. I wish she was. But I ain't going back to the 2015 hoe. I'm not going back to 2015 hoe because you're an old hoe now. And I would never would never deal with a hoe that had those standards. No, that's just a seasonal hoe. Yeah. Yeah. When I'm done playing video games like myself, you done playing video games, you get your lifetime woman. Yeah. You deal with her. You deal with your lifetime woman forever. Let's keep listening.
Instant growth into entertainment put a blindfold in front of the reality of everything. And I believe hoe culture is slowly being looked at differently because the participants don't seem to be fully satisfied in the end, and those perceiving the culture are also seeing this epiphany as well. I think all in all, hoe culture is going down because all sides of the spectrum don't want their morals to be questioned by strangers and also don't want to question their morals personally. It takes a lot of self-reflection to see something through and through, and this goes for things even outside of sexual expression. But in regards to this topic, the response that I see to some of the female rappers that get posted aren't the same responses that I saw 2, 3, 4 years ago. Before, it was, yes, bitch, I'm here for it, I love it, she's truly expressing herself and feeling liberated. And now it's somewhat still that, but it's also, I'm tired of this imagery. This is so played out now.
She talking about city girls. Unfortunately, everything the city girls posting lately, nobody fucking with it. But that's just because they the old hoes. They the 2019, the 2020 hoes, 2018 hoes. The hoe of today, Sexy Red, they eating that shit up. That's this year's hoe. That's this year's game. Everybody eating that shit up.
Why must we see unsolicited nudity on social media without searching or asking for it? Also questioning, can women, especially black women, do anything else? Like I said earlier, hoe culture, sex work, and anything that falls within that spectrum has been around since before we've been around. And it will continue to be around because women are sexualized even for doing nothing and wearing turtlenecks and floor-length skirts. So I can't say that it's because of those who are comfortable with being revealing and skimpy that this is occurring. Absolutely not. However, the failure, or better yet, the change is happening so publicly because the internal conflict that many women are having with perception, morality, and future implications are definitely weighing down on them. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me...
Alright, that's it right there, man. I said a mouthful throughout the whole thing. Shout out to Chioma. This will be the first one that I released that from Chioma. I've filmed so many reactions to Chioma's videos in the past. This will be the first one I release once again. Because this one, I know this one fire. I know this one funny. I know this one fire. And if y'all want to see my other reactions to Chioma stuff released, just say, Stacy, drop that shit. Stacy, drop it. Comment that shit. Let me know. Other than that, I will continue covering her because I like seeing what she has to say. It triggers me to say something. And y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm going to get up out of here, Doja, man. It's your boy Stacy, and I fought you. The reason why, because you fought with me. Hey, I'm out.